Hi there, I'm Kira from KiraWoods.com. Thanks for joining me. This is the continuation, so I guess it's part 4 now of the series on the Wands, which is one of the suits of the Minor Arcana, also known as the Popes. Okay, so we're up to now the 8 of, if you haven't checked out, check out the others and you'll understand sort of where we've come to. Remembering the Wands, this is the Wands, this is fire, this is power, this is creativity, this is passion, this is your will, your determination. And we're up to the 8 of Wands. Okay, so the 8 of Wands is a really interesting card because no matter which way you turn it, the Wands are always sort of in this parallel alignment. And this is what this is indicating. This is, when you see this in a reading, this is very much saying, you know, this is indicating that the struggle from the 7 of Wands, that sort of needing to stand your ground in the battle, has sort of now moved forward, and this energy has freed itself up, and it's now firing its way forward. And so this is high energy and movement. This is something around indicating that you have the energy around you to propel you forward. You know, so expect when you see this card that you're going to be very busy. There's going to have lots of energy around you. You're going to feel really enthusiastic and really energetic. So depending on the question, the position in the card, you can very much indicate that it's definitely saying it's a yes answer to whatever it is. There's going to be lots of energy, lots of flow, lots of positivity, lots of changes. Remembering the Wands are about raw energy, so it's around that spark, that raw energy, that passion, that, you know, that sense of determination that we have in our lives. And this is saying that there's going to be lots of that, and it's going to be moving it's all moving in the same direction towards where it is that you want to go. So depending on what you're working on, you're going to feel really productive and energetic. If you're working on a project, you're going to find that you're going to have lots of energy for it to come to a rapid conclusion or a completion, or at least some sort of benchmark along that way. If you're waiting on some news about something, it's going to be, you're going to get it very soon. It's going to come very swiftly. If you're working towards something, nothing's going to stop you now. You've like the gates have opened, the flood doors are open, and things are moving very, very quickly. You could also think of this a little bit like, you know, it's a meteor, you know, flying through the sky. There's no stopping it. Once it's on a trajectory, it's going the way it's going. Or shooting star, you could also think of it that way. So the important thing when the 8 of Wands shows up is that you ensure that your activities that you're focusing on have a focused or broader goal, that you're very aware of the goal, that you're very aware of what it is, the outcome that you're wanting to, you're putting a lot of energy into this, you're going to create an outcome, you want to know what that outcome is. So you want to make sure you've done that you have done the previous work, and that you're very aware of those long-term goals and strategies. Again, but the bottom line is, if you see this card, say to yourself, okay, something like, strike while the iron's hot, because the energy's there for you to have the outcome you want. This is an action-orientated card, wonderful card for travel, if that's the sort of area that you're working on, wonderful card for focused attention, getting things done. And also, because the Wands are all coming down towards Earth, you could say that where they're going to land is that it's going to be a very fertile moment, and things will grow and change very quickly. So that sort of swift catalyst of change is what's being indicated. So ground yourself, stay focused, be aware of your needs, that you don't overdo it, because you're going to be incredibly busy wherever this card appears in your reading. Okay, 9 of Wands. Okay, so now the 9 of Wands come in. Well, have a look here. We've got a figure of somebody obviously been in a bit of a battle or wars, or feeling a bit tired, worn out. They've got a bandage on their head. They're hanging on to a wand, but the other wands are standing up behind them. This card sort of suggests that you've put a lot of energy and work, and you've had a lot of movement forward, and you almost have completed this project, or completed where you need to get to. You might wish you had already completed it, because you might be quite tired or feeling a bit drained, but you're not quite there yet. So this is sort of letting you know that the particular project or task, that there's still some last minute effort needed, or maybe a little bit of a last minute challenge or diversion that may come up. So you can do it. You just know that it's going to come up. It's only a bit of a glitch in the process. It's meant to happen. Maybe you've got a little off course, so you're going to get redirected. So know and have confidence, again, because it's wands, that you have the inner resources, you have the passion, you have the desire. Don't give up. Because this card is just saying that you just need to slightly adjust where you've been going. You got a little bit off track along the way. So wherever this card comes up in the reading, know there's just a little bit of adjustment to be done so that you can get the most out of the energy around you and have the best possible outcome. So when I see this card, I often say to my clients, find that resilience in yourself to keep going. Find that ability and focus on the ultimate goal or success that you set in motion. Perhaps go back and reflect on that. That will help energize you into keeping going if you are feeling a little bit battled. Know that there's always a little bit of adjustment or shifting that happens when things come along, whatever it might look like, whether it be other people or situations or events that could be completely outside of your control. And the reality is that you can still make the most of this wonderful opportunity that this Eight of Wands brought into your life. So don't get too set back by any setbacks don't get too discouraged by any setbacks that may come your way. Also, when I see this Nine of Wands, I often think it's kind of just warning us that don't get burnt out. Still remember, yes, be passionate, yes, follow your desires, yes, engage, yes, use all the energy, but know that you also need to take care of yourself and those around you, so that you have that resilience. So it could be reminding you the importance of keeping some reserve available to you so that you support your resilience, whatever way you do that in your life, whether it's taking a morning walk on the beach or meditating or doing some yoga or going out and playing golf or whatever it is, keep those things going too, even during those really positive times of change. Okay, 10 of Wands. Okay, so this image here, whenever I see this come up in a reading, I think, okay, well, whatever it is that you've been working on, the cycle has come to an end. It is a 10. A 10 is a 1 and a 0. It is around the endings, which also means beginnings. It is indicating, though, that you might be still hanging on to a burden or some sort of sense of maybe you're just really being too hard on yourself, thinking, well, you've accomplished a lot, but it wasn't 100% or 1,000% what you wanted. And so you start to sort of pick apart the few things that didn't quite manifest the way you wanted. This is saying, let go of that. You're done. It's done. It's dusted. I love seeing this card. I think you've done all that you needed to do. You've been given permission to let go. Let go of the criticism or the burdens or the part of the goal that you thought was important that probably really wasn't, and therefore the universe is saying to you, it's done, you've achieved, be grateful, let go, start afresh, start anew. So this is a cycle has come to an end, so therefore put down the struggles that you carry with it, because you have achieved that which you needed to achieve. And sometimes it doesn't always end out exactly the way we thought it would be, and you have to trust that the way it ends up is the way it was meant to be, which doesn't have to necessarily be exactly the way you thought it would be. This card could indicate, because if you keep pushing, you're going to get extremely overworked, overtired, overstimulated, and potentially put yourself at risk. So it's like the burden of expectation of outcomes isn't necessarily a good thing to hang on to. It's like it's sometimes it's almost like you get to the end of a project and then you start to stress about maintaining it in this perfect world of how you think it should be, and so it's sort of like let go of that and let go of any thoughts of failure and celebrate, be grateful that you've come to the end of this path that you've been traveling, and that you followed your passion, and what it is what it is meant to be. So release any expectations, because they probably were faulty expectations, faulty thinking, and let it go, and let go of all those sort of crazy judgments we all get into. So that's what this card is wanting to say to you, because it's a 10. So at the beginning, you've got the now the potential and the new passion for the next thing that's coming along your way. So I hope you find that useful. Thanks very much for joining me on my channel today. I will then do the last part of this series on the wands. I'll do the court cards, and then I'll move on to the next suits sometime shortly, so in the next few weeks. So thanks very much. Please leave me your messages, thoughts, comments. I hope you found this series useful. I'd love to engage you in some conversation. Check out my website, as I said, kirawiz.com. And thanks very much. Have a great day. Cheers. Bye.